218 Grow Guy here, coming at you Monday, June 8th, from a gloomy, overcast, cold day down here in the Northland. I was away for a few days, haven't had a chance to check in on the plants since Friday, and once again, it hasn't been ideal conditions truly for out here. We have those sporadic 80-degree days, and then it's 60s and 50s and overnight lows of 40s, and so it's not the happiest environment for them right now, but we'll be moving into it and they'll be much happier. All the other plants out here seems to be doing good. Might be a little bit of time to start putting a little neem oil down to keep these from getting ate up. I'm starting to see a few holes in there, so that might be on the agenda for the day. I know that I do got a water back there, and think I'm gonna go over to the grow room and change those reservoirs out today and get some fresh water going in those and top off the tent. But for outdoors, like I said, just a little bit of watering on the autos back there, and don't think I'm gonna be doing too much of nothing to anything else. Still see a little bit of water over there, which is fine, but still dry here, still dry there, still dry there. So that's a bonus in the world of controlling humidity and mold and all that fun stuff. But I guess it's time to go check in on the other two rooms and see how they've been doing. Like I said, I haven't seen them since Friday, and unfortunately for in there, when we come back from the lake, that it's typically after 6 o'clock, and my lights are off from 6 and on at 6, off at 6 p.m. and on at 6 a.m. So typically I don't get a chance to see them until the next day, which is today. So coming in on the tent, this one is, still doing lovely, still doing the plant thing. Ooh, still smelling lovely. Check in on my reservoir down here. Oh yeah. Definitely need some water in there. So we'll be topping you off. And over here in the other grow room, like I said, she's definitely don't have the huge buzz production, but what I am noticing is that these are frosting up pretty nice. So this is going to be a frosty one. These over here almost look like, the development of a bunch of popcorn buds, but like I said, this was an interesting plant from jump, so just kind of keep an eye on it, make sure it ain't doing nothing funky on me, anything like that. But like I said, I'm not too mad at this one. I think maybe once I go ahead and change out these nutrients and get some fresh water in there, we'll see how she responds. But I think overall, I'm not disappointed at this particular plant. I think it's going to be a nice smoke. Like I said, this will probably be the first one to come out. You can already kind of see how it's starting to amber up, versus these over here that's getting very little color. So it's not a bad deal. Then once this one come out, I can move this one over to get full benefit of all the lights. But I will think I'm going to be coming in here and cleaning out a bunch of these little stretcher leaves. These are the ones that, when you look at them, the stem on them are so long because they done stretched so far out trying to get to the light. But when they do that, they have a tendency of covering up buzz sites. So I tend to take a lot of those off of there. So I'll be doing that today with that one. Maybe just a few that'll come off with this one. But yeah, in a day or in the life of a grower, it seems like I got about a few hours worth of work on my hands. So I'm going to go ahead and start with refilling this one. And when I refill this one, the only thing that's going to be in there is my Orca Cal Mag, not that, and my pH. These will be the only two that's going to be going in there. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and check my ppms, see where I'm at, and decide if I'm going to be adding anything or just leaving the status quo. So that's my first project. And I almost forgot, the Floralicious will also be in there as well. So once again, we get that transport pump, getting new nutrients. Well, should I say new water over into the bucket, but oh, smells so good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and drain these 2 buckets. And what I'm going to do with the nutrients from these buckets is that these are going to go outside and feed my outdoor plants. So that's where I'm at now. So all I'm doing is going through here and taking off all these stretchers. And like I said, you can tell them just by how long they kind of span out there, trying to chase that sun. So I'll be just going around removing all those as I move down through the plant here and finding them. Ooh, big mistake. Moving too fast. And I'm going to be doing the same thing here, just going around looking for those stretchers. Once again, long stems, you know, get those out of there. And yes, they are sticky. Ooh. But wow, this one over here definitely has a fruity type of background to it. It smells fruity, I tell you, fruity. So while I wait on my other bucket to finish draining, I'm gonna go ahead and come back over here and take a peek and see where our ppm's coming out at. So right now we're coming out at 1100. So I am not going to be adding any more nutrients to this one. I'll be checking in on it again later to make sure that everything is copacetic, make sure that those ppms didn't drop too much. But like I said, you know, I think it was last Wednesday, I believe, that I went ahead and completely changed this reservoir out, gave it a fresh round of nutrients of my 3-part series. So coming back today, all I did was just add in my CalMag, my Orca, and my Floralicious was the only additive to this. And once again, as you can see, it's still, you know, kicking in at a pretty high rate. That's saying that there's enough nutrients in there to keep this plant healthy. So there's no need for me to change my reservoir. There's no need for me to add any more nutrients. And the reason why I like to do that, because, you know, these nutrients are sometimes quite expensive. So if I can stretch them as long as I can and get as many grows out of it as I can, and once again, you know, other than, you know, my burnt ends on here, which I know what caused those, and that was on me. But outside of that, you know, this plant has stayed healthy, is doing lovely, is, you know, putting on some pretty nice size. I can't wait to see how much weight this plant right here is really going to put on, because like I said, you know, all down through there, I mean, you have just beautiful buzz sites going on down there. So the structure of this plant is just a pure just producer, and I'm not gonna worry about going in and cleaning too much of this out. I'm just gonna just kind of let it do its thing, because once again, there's plenty of light penetrating down through here. So this plant is a wrap. Back to the other one. So now that I got my water out here, I'll just be dispersing this. I got my base nutrients in there, my Rhino, my Cal Mag, my Floralicious, and of course my pH. Now it's time to add my food, which is going to be 20 milliliters of the Grow, 20 milliliters of the Fruit Bloom Booster, and 20 milliliters of the Floral Micro. Once I get all that in there and it is mixed in, I'm going to do a ppm reading, and then it should come out somewhere about 800-900. Then I'll be adding in probably right around a teaspoon of this to bring my ppms up to right around that 11 to 1200 range. So that's what phase I'm in now. All right, let's check the ppm on this puppy. All right, I'm going to figure we somewhere around that 890 range. So now I'm going to be adding in, once again, Mother of All Blooms. You notice that number 5232, highly concentrated in that phosphorus. And I don't want to do any more damage to my plant, so I'm adding this in. As you see, this is an eighth of a teaspoon, 0.62 milliliters, about that much of this stuff at a time, just to slowly, gradually increase those ppms and to bring that P up just enough so they can put a little bit more size, be a little bit more healthier. So I'm going to continue to balance this out and get ready to start refilling. You know, one of the things that I have noticed, you know, since doing these videos is as I'm reviewing them and I'm doing my editing and everything, and I look around at my environment, I'm like, ooh, you know, that place looks kind of dusty, kind of dirty. But, you know, at the same time, you know, when I have my plants in here, you know, typically I won't clean anything in here until after harvest, because I don't want to be in here spraying any chemicals, and pretty much everything that's kind of been spilled during water changes, you know, some of my solutions spilling out places, and, you know, so I'll come in and just kind of wipe everything down. But typically, you know, my room and my tent, they don't really get a good deep clean until after the harvest comes in. So unfortunately, you know, don't judge me. Let's see where we at on these ppms. So it looks like we are adjusted to that 1100 mark. And once again, that's my 3-part series in here. And then I take my Mother of All Blooms and I slowly kind of increase that in there until I get it to kind of dialed in to where I want to be with it. Because if I just kind of like throw something in there, then I check my ppms and it's somewhere in that 17, 18, 2000 range. Once again, I know that that's going to burn my plants, it's going to do damage. But if I stay within that 11 to 1200 range, that's such a low enough concentrate where it's not going to damage the plant, but at the same time it's going to ensure the plant has everything it needs when it is feeding on the food. So now, nothing to do now but go ahead and get this pumped on in there and, you know, reload and repeat. And I'm going to be doing the same thing here, just going around looking for those stretchers. Once again, long stems, you know, get those out of there. Well, the rappers be going, she be churning. One bucket down, one more to go. So there it is in a nutshell. Once again, this is 218 Grow Guy here, saying that, you know, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you find something in there interesting, funny, or something that, you know, you may find helpful, hit that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. But other than that, all I did today was went ahead and refilled this bucket here with just pH water. Once again, it had the Cal Mag in there, it had the Floralicious in there, and it was pH. That's the only water went in there. My ppm still came out at a range that says it's high enough where I don't need to worry about adding any more nutrients. So once I refilled this bucket, this one was a check. It was done. Coming in over here, what did I do in here? I went ahead and drained each one of these 2 reservoirs. Gave them fresh water, fresh nutrients, same mixture as I did over in the tent is the same one that came over here. It got its 3-part series, the Grow, the Bloom, and the Micro. Once again, adding in the Floralicious and the Mother of All Blooms, because we are now, come Wednesday, we'll be moving into week 6 with these plants. I did take everything from these reservoirs, moved them out into the garden, and fed everything out there with the fertilizer that was in there. But other than that, with all that said, I'm going to sit back and say, hey, everybody stay blessed up. 218 Grow Guy here saying keep our eyes to the skies because the good Lord is looking down on us. Other than that, until my next video, I'm out of here.